Wednesday. Guess who's back? It's Tori.
Tori
I'm
time.
back.
She
Tori
still
time.
she still likes coming here.
Barely.
She's not the problem.
I think she's only doing it because
we know that Tori is excited and diligent about it. Now that she's got the vlog, she's just looking for content.
You're such a hater.
How many times I got to tell you I don't hate the vlog?
Have you watched it?
I hate what you've named it.
Sam, do you have to watch now on the road that camera's going to be up in y'all's faces? Got to kind of because you know it's going to land there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's on alert.
Seriously. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't record all the time. So this past weekend I recorded Palm Springs, so of course I'm going to have my camera like pretty much the whole weekend, but this upcoming weekend I won't have it at all cuz I'm not doing a recap of that tournament. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so I'm not going
I
to always
getcha.
have it. So it's only certain times, but I actually got a really funny one of us after the Arizona State game.
Gosh.
I was like jumping around. I was like, we won. And it was funny because the Flow softball that covers the tournament was right behind me filming Sam. So it was just like filmception.
It's
What is
all
that,
it's
like
like cameras
breaking
in a
the
row.
third plane or whatever you call it? Yeah, in the
Man.
That's great.
It was weird.
Tori Vidales with us here in our weekly softball segment. Sam Shaw with us as well. Aggie softball 15-0, number 5 in the country. The Aggies at home for 6 in a row starting tonight against the University of Houston. Sam, let's start with you. First off, clearly you guys had a lot of fun this weekend in Palm Springs. I mean, your goal when you go out there is to win. But just kind of talk about what that weekend really means to you guys as you continue to grow as a team together.
I think being as dominant as we were this weekend, it helps our confidence to kind of move into SEC play, to know that those teams that we faced out there were really tough, but the SEC teams are going to be a little bit more. But for me, at least, it gives me more confidence pitching-wise.
And just the way you guys went about your business, one, there's a victory in there over Florida. There's 4 ranked victories, first of all. But, Tori, there's a victory in there against Florida State, the number 1 team in the country, in which Sam had 15 strikeouts. Sam was named the SEC Pitcher of the Week, by the way. So even though she's sitting right next to you, I'll ask you to talk about your teammate and just Sam's performance over the weekend at the Mary Nutter Classic.
Yeah, so I thought Sam did a great job. I actually texted her afterwards, and I was like, well deserved. Like, you did your thing this weekend. But I think for us, I didn't even really notice going into that Florida State game. I didn't notice how many strikeouts she had until the very end when Coach was like, we tied the career high. We were like, dang, I didn't realize you had that many, you know? But I remember specifically in the first inning, the 2-hole, I believe, got on, and then they have a pair, their duo that they call Jessica Warren and then Alex Powers, and those are both very well-known power hitters for their team. And Sam got up there and struck out Jessica Warren, and for me it was kind of like, all right, yeah, let's do this. Like, we're in this thing, you know?
We're dealing now.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of the eye-opening moment for me, knowing that, like, yeah, we got this. We got in first inning, right? First inning. But Sam just had a lot of presence out there on the mound. I feel like usually she goes out there, she's very confident, and she knows what her stuff is going to do. And I think this time it was just something different about playing the number 1 team in the country. You just have this feeling going out there, and Sam really just took the reins and ran with them. I mean, she was out there. She was dealing, first off. That changeup, oh, my gosh, it was so nasty. I think maybe she threw 2 that weren't for a strike the entire game. Maybe. It was disgusting, actually. That's what it was. So, like, I would just look back at Erica, and I'd be like, oh, my gosh. And we have, like, a little hand sign in sign language. This means, like, dirty. And so, like, we would just, like, look at each other, and we'd just go and do the little hand motion. So it's just, yeah, filthy.
Yeah.
And the last pitch of the game was actually a change-up, and the girl kind of, like, stood there, and I think at the very, very last minute she realized it was a change-up. She kind of just, like, threw a bat out there, and it was just awesome to see Sam up there really dealing and being dominant against them. Like, she didn't just win, she dominated them. So that's an important thing. And then hitting-wise, obviously, she helped us with the walk-off double to beat Arizona State in the bottom of the 9th.
And
come
that's when
behind
you
win.
pulled out the video.
Yeah,
The double video.
Yeah, the double video, exactly. So I think it's just with her, it's just a lot of confidence that she has now, knowing that she can do it, not really worrying about outcome, just worrying about how do I feel right now, and then see ball, hit ball, not really worrying about, oh, I got to be the one to do this. I got to be the one to win it. I think it's just overall feeling inside you knowing that, hey, if I don't get this done, my teammate behind me will. So it kind of takes a lot of pressure off of you and just really allows her to be confident and be positive mentally in her mind. So
Tori Vidales, Sam Shaw with us here. Aggie softball it's their weekly segment here. They got 6 games at home this week, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Sam, I want to play off of what she just brought up, because one of the things that gets me most excited about this team is you look at the results this weekend, and it wasn't like you threw 4 shutouts to lead the team to a sweep, or Tori hit 4 or 5 home runs. You guys got significant contributions from literally everyone on the roster, especially in the circle. Everybody made a big difference. How excited does that make you to know that it was a true team win, a team sweep this week?
Yeah, even when we started our season, Coach Dill came in with such a different plan for us. And even in the fall, I was so excited to just get working just because of how she talked about her game plan. And so before we got to Palm Springs, she told us, like, look, y'all are each going to have, your time, and it's going to work in the right way. And she does her homework. I'm leaving from 9:35 workouts, and she's already at the field, scouting teams, and she has all these papers with where they hit and what pitch they can't hit, and it's this long list. So Coach Dill doing her homework gives us the confidence and trust in her, and that's why we perform so well in the circle.
And Tori, one of the things we always talk about in athletics is that teams at some point have to handle adversity. But there's a flip side to that too. You guys just went out to California, 5 wins, 4 over ranked teams. You're 15-0. You're ranked 5th in the country. Well, now you got to handle real success with pretty much the nation talking about you right now. But does the experience of this group help you handle the attention you get from the success?
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of it is not worrying about the ranks. And for us, last year we were ranked very high, and then we kind of went on a little downfall for a second there. And I think that was kind of just us being like, oh my gosh, like I think we were 4 at the time. So it was like, we're ranked 4th in the nation. Oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. But now we kind of take a step back. And I remember hearing a bunch of people saying while we were there, like, I don't want to move up that far, or like, I don't care what they put us at. And I personally felt that way too, because I feel like once you keep moving up, it's like expectations are higher, but our expectations have been high since day one. So your ranking on a piece of paper doesn't define us as a team. And I think that's something really important for everyone on our team and in our locker room and whatever it may be, anybody on the staff, just to realize that we are still who we are. And like, we're going to play our game no matter what. And, sometimes stuff happens, and I don't want people to feel like if stuff goes wrong at any point in time, or if we keep going, that the ranks matter. So I think it's just important for us as we grow, as we mature, as we continue in our 4-year career, is that rankings don't define you. And I think that's a really important thing for our team to figure out. And we are figuring out now, because we have been in that situation and we know how to handle it better.
SEC play starts next week for Texas A&M. The Aggies have 6 home games starting tonight. Houston, 6 o'clock at the Aggie Softball Complex. Tickets available at the gate. It is Faculty Staff Appreciation Night. And then this weekend, the Texas A&M Invite. 2 games on Friday starting at 3 o'clock, 2 games on Saturday starting just after noon, and a single game on Sunday starting just afternoon as UTSA, Georgetown, and Prairie View come to town. Sam, I know it's a radio show, so people can't see your shirt, but I love this shirt you're wearing. It says, I'm not weird, I'm a pitcher.
That'll end up.
Come on, Tori, back her up. She's not weird, right?
She's not weird. No, of course not. Not Sam. No, it's
not Sam.
No, it's cool because that's just like a thing in like softball, baseball. Is like pitchers are weird, quote unquote weird.
So like kickers in football?
Yeah, kind of. But I don't know. Sam's like an all-around player, so like she can hit, she can field. So I don't really categorize her as just like.
That's
just
why you're not weird, because you have all the tools. It's not.
I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just funny.
Obviously, you pitch, you hit. And I've seen you play first as well. What is the one position on the field you've never played before, touched before, that you really want to play?
That I really want to play?
Or which
Tori's
one?
Giving you a hint.
I mean.
Or which one would you think would be fun to try? Let's put it that way.
I mean, I appreciate the catcher position very much, but I would love to be in the outfield.
Yeah.
I like center field.
I've never
Cover
played second
ground.
base, but I don't want to play second base.
Yeah.
Oh, that second's hard.
You ever played third base?
I have. Freshman year in high school, I was a third baseman.
Doesn't look like a lot of fun. With
It's
BBs hitting at you.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
there are BBs.
Yeah.
Speaking of high school, Sam
Oh,
from
no.
down. No. This had
Okay,
nothing to do with
okay.
the mascot. This
You
has-
guys are
This deals with geography and
buddies here.
location. Sam's near my hometown.
Oh, gotcha.
I want to know if Tori has ever ventured or would even know how to get to East Bernard, Texas.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Where do you think you'd go to get to East Bernard,
Honestly, I
Texas?
have no idea. I couldn't even tell you the geographic location on a map.
Could you
You
get
have
to
to go through
Columbus?
Sugarland.
No.
You know where Columbus is? Okay, she's not even close then if you can't even get
No.
to Columbus. What's the population in East
Whoops.
Bernard these days, you think?
These days.
Not many.
Yeah, no.
Is it 3A?
Yeah, it's 3A.
I
Small.
would guess like 1,500 or 2,000
Yeah.
people.
We get a lot of kids that it's an open school district, so we have a couple kids from Sealy
Mm-hmm.
that come in, Brazos too. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now you lived in Houston for you
Most of
moved
my life.
over. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I thought.
I'm
So
from
you're not
there.
really a true country girl. You
Well,
do you do the fishing, hunting, and all
I
that stuff too?
I try
I-
to tab her as that because we don't get a lot of success around that area. Columbus, Rice, and East Bernard.
I always felt like when I was in Pearland, I didn't really fit into the city life. But I feel like East Bernard really fits me.
Yeah.
So
So
I've been
we're-
fishing and
we're
hunting and
claiming her
stuff.
down.
What were some of the fun weekend activities you guys did when you were in high school that we can talk about on the air, of course?
I played softball every weekend.
That was
so-
it.
I know.
There you go.
I know people always are like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I play softball." That's
That
about
was
it.
fun.
Yeah, no, that was
That
fun.
was the entertainment.
But like,
that was
I
fun.
just remember every weekend someone would be like, "Hey, we're going to Kemah this weekend." I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to Sugarland to play softball." You know, like, they're
Yeah.
like, "Again?" I'm like, "Yeah, again. Sorry, I can't come."
Because we talked with Miss Makeup and Style over
Miss
here about her
Makeup.
hunting excursions over there out of the
Oh,
off season.
yeah.
So how she was sitting there 4 minutes in the blind and like, all right, when does this start?
No, East Bernard, you could go duck or goose hunting.
Yeah, I've
down
been duck
there.
hunting.
I mean, that's
Ugh.
big time.
Dove hunting, yeah.
I need
God,
to get
get-
Coach Glasgow.
I think you
Take
said
me.
you've gotten up early for a hunt and basically slept through it. Just
No, that was Ash.
that was
Ashley.
okay.
Yeah, when
okay.
she was little, her dad would take her. It was like 4 a.m. in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, you got to get early up for the duck and the
And
goose.
he would like bring her little bag and then had what is it? A sleeping bag and then a pillow, and she would just lay down and color. And while he was in the blind waiting for the deer, and then whenever he would shoot something, then she would go out there with him and just follow him. But she would just sit there and sleep, and I'm like, that's not hunting either. Doesn't count.
Fraudulent.
Oh, man. Well, guys, best of luck. Congrats on the hot start. Fun times, I assume, in Palm. Did you get any good meals? Anything fun, Sam?
I mean,
You guys have
whenever
to eat
we had
healthy,
downtime,
though.
yeah, I
That
stayed
takes
in
all
the
fun
bed.
out of it.
I rest. I sleep.
Student athletes
But yeah,
enjoy their
we
sleep.
slept.
Yeah.
But we had a slumber party in my room, so. Did you? Oh, you haven't watched the vlog yet?
No, well, I need about 30 minutes of my day to cut out
Put
to
the,
watch
didn't
it.
you put the
15.
disclaimer on this one about the
15.
length of it? No, it's
How do y'all do roomies on the road? Is it permanent all year, or does it kind of move
No.
around?
So our seniors just kind of make up a list, so that way, like, people can, I guess, room with people that they want to room with, or like if
Move
we
it
have
around a little bit.
requests or something, we can be like, hey, like, can I room with so and so at least one time this year?
or can I
So.
not room? Yeah, no.
That's what I do with
think
him.
Anybody did
Yeah,
that?
no.
That's what I do with him on football trips. I'm like,
Yeah.
look,
Do
We
No,
not
Will
see
Johnson.
to it that we
Will,
have
do
separate
not do
rooms.
that.
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
Will needs
Yeah.
a separate room. This is not going to
It's
work.
not
This
gonna-
one was fun though because we got 3 roommates, or like
Oh, was it like a
3
suite
people in a
setup?
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one big room and then the other room
pull
had
out
2
in
beds.
Another room, yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually, can you guess who my roommates were?
I vaguely remember
Not
seeing
Sam.
it's got to
No, it
be
wasn't Sam.
Ashley. You guys are inseparable.
And
I'd have to. I don't know. Oh, well, the other inseparable's got to be Sarah.
yep,
Yeah.
we were.
Look, Sam's nodding her head. Yep, that's about right.
Oh,
What do you put?
gosh.
The Three
pictures
Musketeers.
together?
Me and Peyton were together,
Okay.
and then Aaron on off.
Okay.
That's like our
Yeah.
little group.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was funny because we put our beds together. Because we walked in initially and we were like, all right, who wants the big
Yeah.
room?
There
that
is
was the
always
awkward
that
part,
dilemma, like who gets the
Yeah.
rollout?
Yeah, well, no, because it's 2 queens and then a king in the
Oh,
single
I've been
room.
all over the king.
Well, we
Yeah.
were like, who wants to be in the big room? And like secretly in my head, I was like, I don't want to sleep in there because then I'd be by myself the whole time. So then,
FOMO.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly. FOMO, fear of
Yeah.
missing out. And so
I knew what
I
that
didn't
meant.
say anything.
I did. I knew it when you said FOMO.
I didn't say anything, and then Sarah and Ash were both like, well, I don't want it. I don't want to be left out. And I was like, okay, good. I was thinking the same thing. So then we just pushed the beds together. Like, we had to move the nightstand, and, like, we were very careful. We didn't –
So there's
no
going to be some
damage was
surprise.
done in
I
the
know you
hotel
can't
room.
cause damage to
Some
those
surprised
places.
maids were going to be when they rolled in there. to
Oh,
clean that
no.
room.
We put the do not disturb little magnet on the door. And in my snap, Ashley was like, got to put this on the door. Maids can't come in. And I was like, oh, gosh. So she put that on the door. And so the maids didn't come in. But when we left, I was like, hey, guys, like, we got to push the beds apart and, like, put it back
Make
how
it look
was.
like it did.
Yeah, like how we
Yeah.
found it. So it was
Oh.
just funny because we literally had a sleepover all 3 nights. It was fun. It was really fun.
Oh, well,
Sarah.
guys, have fun this week. Should be a good
Back
time.
home.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
games. One
Also,
tonight.
check out Sam on the beat tomorrow.
That's
today,
right.
Later,
Ooh.
Yeah.
later today.
4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
You had to put up with him
It's
twice
not as
this
laid
week?
back because she has to appear with her head coach.
Twice with Will this week?
Yeah.
She's done with us.
Yeah, you'll never get her back here.
Never again.
But it's a nice place, don't you
Yeah,
think?
no, I
mean, it's
enjoy
okay.
it.
But it's the
No, I'm just
people.
kidding.
that-
It's only you two. Everyone else.
Everyone else is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
a
those
lot of
other
nice
guys in
people
there.
here, just not these two.